Hello, Heights family. I hope you're doing great this week. Welcome to Summit Up. My name is Pastor Justin. I am going to be kicking off this week's thread, which comes from 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verses 4 through 7. And the truth is, you've probably heard this passage at a wedding because it's a very common passage to read at a wedding. In fact, it's really defining what love is. And I don't know about you, but one of the things that I've really struggled with navigating in this season is, where do I anchor my heart to? There's so much struggle and strife and fear and doubt with all the people around me. What do I lean on to really kind of trust in Christ? And one of them is this, is that my job is to love God and love people. And this week, we're going to be unpacking what love means. What does the Bible describe love is? And I want to read you the passage, and then I want to just unpack one quick thought and give you a challenge. So let me read it to you. It's 1 Corinthians 13, verses 4 through 7. Love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice in wrongdoings, but rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, and hopes all things. It endures all things. Love never ends. I'm only going to be talking about patience. Love is patient. And one of the thoughts that I have about that is this, and I maybe you've heard this in Christian circles. Oh man, don't pray for patience, because if you do, God's going to give you an opportunity to practice that. Can I be honest? That's terrible advice. First of all, it is a misunderstanding of God's character and his heart for you and for me. Thinking that God will test us in some way to kind of forge our character instead of come alongside of us and fill us with his Spirit and empower us to actually do and to be who he wants us to be is just craziness, in my opinion. Patience it's a fruit of the Spirit. And so it's not something I have to force in my life. It's something that comes from sitting with Jesus. Look, we get times and opportunities to practice patience every day. You read the news, you get a little irritated. You got to practice patience. Your kids get a little crazy. You got to practice patience. You've been cut off on the road or the freeway. You got to practice patience. We get opportunities all the time. It's just the nature of the world that we live in. What we need to be doing is spending the time resting and sitting with Jesus. Because it's like watering a tree. I have a beautiful plum tree outside, but it's 100 degrees out there, and I didn't want to be sweating profusely while talking to you today. And the thing about the plum tree is, my job is to make sure that it's well watered and that that the soil's cared for, but really it's getting plenty of water in this season. And what happens is God causes the fruit to grow. And right now it's not quite season, so I have beautiful fruit on it, but they're all green and they're not quite ripe yet. And so I may have fruit growing in my life, but I may not be able to enjoy it yet. Does that make sense? Because here's the thing is, for anything to grow, it takes time and energy and practice, but it's not forcing fruit to grow. It's spending the time with Jesus and allowing his Spirit to indwell us and speak forth from us and transform and renew our minds in such a way that patience actually just flows. It's an outflowing and an outpouring of who God is making us into be. Don't get me wrong, I still run out low on patience. And most of the time it's because I'm not grounded and I'm not sitting with Jesus and I'm not in the Word like I should be, or I'm rushing through it and just going through the motions instead of letting his Spirit speak to my heart. It's true for all of us. So here's my challenge today. Love is patient. If we want to be loving to those around us, we have to show patience. And the way that we achieve patience is by sitting with Jesus. So go sit with Jesus today. Let go of your fear. Give it all to him. Talk to him about it all. And ask him for strength for patience, because he's a good father. He's not going to give you opportunities to practice them. They're already there. What he's going to do is he's going to come alongside of you and fill you with his Spirit and remind you it's okay. Be patient. And when you do that, you will see and experience the fruit of patience in your life. Thanks for joining me today, guys. God bless you. We'll see you next time.